On today's Tuesday Talk, we are answering a question from a viewer about diet, cooking, food in the Airstream. She had emailed me and asked about keeping temperature up in our RV fridge while in humid climates, and if we had had any trouble, because some people do. We didn't really notice a difference, but we also don't store very many highly perishable goods that need to be kept a certain temperature in our fridge, such as dairy or meat. So her follow-up question was, well, then what do you eat? What do you eat on a daily basis? How do you handle fresh food storage? Things like that.
I think I'm just going to remain quiet. The only thing that I'll add is RV fridges and freezers notoriously do not handle dairy, especially ice cream.
In the freezer,
So
yeah.
dairy ice cream in the freezer, you may have a soupy, or it may not even be that bad, but it's not going to be really hard frozen ice cream.
Yeah.
Non-dairy ice cream seems to work fine. Dairy ice cream is the main culprit.
Yeah.
So that's my only contribution, ice cream. Go.
So we do eat some meat, as many of you have seen. Most of the time we eat meat out of the Airstream. So we don't cook meat in the Airstream very often unless we're having guests over. That's why you see us going to barbecue joints and steakhouses and stuff like that.
Especially in Texas.
Special for us. So in the Airstream, when we're cooking, we mostly cook vegetarian. And that means that what we have in our fridge is mostly vegetables and condiments and things like that. And we can go, even with getting a lot of fresh vegetables, we can go almost a week and keep everything in the fridge that needs to be kept in the fridge. Normally we try to do like 5 days because a week can get a bit much with trying to keep it all in there and everything. And some things need to be refrigerated or else they go bad. So that is a concern if you're doing a lot of fruits and vegetables, is that your fridge space is limited in an RV.
It's an art as much as it is a science, being able to fit everything in the fridge and be able to cram this here and kind of move this over the side and fit. That's once again all her department.
And one of the things we try to do is, if we're going to buy something like mangoes or something, a bunch of broccoli, something that we buy more of, then we make sure that we're going to use it, like we plan our meals. I'm a meal planner, so I plan out the meal so that we're using that vegetable throughout the week in different ways so that there's a reason to have it taking up the fridge space and we don't waste food. We're actually pretty good about not wasting food.
Oh yeah, we waste very little.
Which is an important thing for us. So
very little.
Our freezer tends to have some meat products in it that we've picked up on our travels, along with like frozen corn. We keep ginger in there. Some cauliflower rice, because we often try to do lower carb, so stuff like that. So that's mostly what we eat. We eat a lot of non-meat meals, but they're all delicious. A lot of tacos. Can make almost anything into a taco. And
very true.
Yeah, if you're interested in some of the recipes that I cook, we put a recipe in almost every newsletter that goes out on the 1st of every month. So I'll put a link to where you can sign up for our monthly newsletter in the description below and in the cards up above, and you can get some of our recipes.
And I have always been a tried and true carnivore, and these recipes are delicious, and they don't necessarily include meat.
Yes.
So you'll probably want to check those out, because I certainly like them.
Awesome. So hopefully that answered your question. If you have a question for a future Tuesday Talk, please leave it in the comments below. We'll be sure to get to it in a future video. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up.
Share it with somebody who's interested.
Exactly.
Even if they're not interested, share it with them anyway.
Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.